Looking out the window and into the rear courtyard, I can see an illusion of her waving her hand at me and saying,
Hey!
What? Arcueid seems to be disappointed in this place, but it's not like school is really an interesting place to begin with. What are you doing? That's my line, Arcueid!
Eh? What do you mean? But, what if the bad guy really is hiding out at the school?
Hi, I'm murderous Arcueid, back with Tsukihime.
So last time, Arcueid and Shiki are finally going after the real culprit of the vampire murders, and in the meantime they are taking a quick break, and he is going back to the mansion. We'll see how things progress from here with the family, but knowing last time, I don't think Akiha is going to be too upset with us for getting back late. It'll be fine. But we shall see.
I get back to the mansion. As it is very late, the mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. A sturdy chain holds it closed. Dang. I shouldn't cut this. I think a bit. Then I decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I quietly make my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. It must have been Hisui. I give a sigh of thanks. So as not to wake Akiha, Kohaku-san, or Hisui, I sneak my way through the mansion. Phew. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. My promise to Arcueid. Maybe it's fate, but you've gotten yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tono Shiki. Could I help it? I just can't leave her alone. Or maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. Well, I do think she is pretty. I don't understand my feelings right now. Right now, I'm not too sure what is right and what is wrong. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Arcueid once again starting tomorrow, so for now, I shouldn't think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. 7th day, October 27th, Wednesday. Eyes of Death Perception 2. Back then, the whole mansion was like a giant playground. The garden, a deep forest. The house, a tall castle. We played in our own little world, which would take days to explore. Every day was fun. No one thought about ever growing up, and we believed that days and nights would always be the same. It was just a childhood spent playing like puppies. We got along wonderfully, and were the best of playmates. Whenever I turned back, Akiha would be there, waving her hands and hiding shyly. Yes, always the same. At that time, the mansion was a giant playground, the garden a deep forest, the house a tall castle. We played in our own little world, which would take days to explore. I slowly awaken and open my eyes. The morning light wraps around me and my sleepiness starts to lift. As the last vestiges clear, I sense that I had a very nostalgic dream. As soon as I open my eyes, I start to see those terrible things jump into my vision. My head stabs with pain. I scramble for the glasses by my pillow and put them on. I take in some air. After taking a few deep breaths, I manage to calm down. Why did I, so early, see those lines so clearly this early in the morning? It's difficult to see the lines of death in buildings. It's usually hard to see them, and seeing them so clearly like I just did now is rare. What's more, I even saw those points. I think my headache is getting worse too. Sensei said these eyes would attract things that weren't good. I think Arcueid and these vampires are certainly not good. So maybe it's all affecting my eyes and making them stronger. Can't be. I'm probably just tired.
Please excuse me.
Hisui enters and greets me with a bow. Morning, Hisui.
Yes, good morning, Shiki-sama.
Hisui brings my uniform as usual. but I can tell she is a bit angry. The reason doesn't need to be said. She must be angry over yesterday, because I didn't get back until very late. Worked my way into my room and slept. Hisui, last night,
Shiki-sama, there is no need to give me any excuses.
Answering quickly, she starts walking towards the door.
Then, please excuse me. Ne-san has prepared your breakfast, so please hurry to the sitting room.
Yeah, I planned on doing so.
And Shiki-sama, Akiha-sama would like to talk to you about your late return last night, so please hurry to the sitting room.
She shuts the door emotionlessly. Well, come to think of it, this is a perfectly natural result. Akiha is the only one in the sitting room. Kohaku-san is in the kitchen, humming away. Akiha doesn't say anything when she sees me, and sips her tea quietly. Hey, good morning, Akiha. I try to greet her as naturally as I can. Akiha's eyebrow twitches as she places her teacup down and slowly looks at me.
Good morning, Ne-san. It was quite late when you came home last night, wasn't it?
No, not really. It was at most a little past 1 o'clock. Quite normal for a healthy young man in high school to be up, right?
I see. My bedtime is also past midnight, so I was up at that time. But I would come home much earlier than that.
Well, there were some pressing circumstances and I couldn't get back, but I did return, so...
Yes, very late at night, and you went back to your room. Without saying anything or even making a noise. Goodness, you acted like you were out doing something you felt guilty over.
Her stare is pure ice. This is the second time, and I'm sure even though Akiha looks calm, she is quite angry.
Ne-san, I don't know what went on at the Arima house, but here, the curfew is 8 o'clock. It is a rule that must not be broken. The gate will be locked after that, so please don't climb in like a robber.
Oh, you knew?
The surveillance camera showed me quite clearly. It is a good thing Kohaku realized it was you and turned off the alarm system, because otherwise you would probably be detained right now.
Oh, I should thank Kohaku-san then. And, Akiha, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have kept quiet about it.
If you understand, then it is fine. Please make sure you observe your curfew from now on. I will overlook it this time.
About that, Akiha.
What is it?
This is a little hard to say. I have something to do tonight, too. I don't know when I will be back, but I'm not going to do anything bad. Akiha's gaze tightens.
Kohaku!
She suddenly stands up. Kohaku-san comes in from the kitchen.
Yes, what is it, Akiha-sama? I will be going to school. Get the preparations ready. Huh? But I have not yet made Shiki-san's breakfast. You can leave this person alone. It seems he can do everything by himself.
Akiha strides towards the lobby. Kohaku-san sighs.
Shiki-san, you should not make Akiha-sama so upset. You are her big brother, so please treat her better, okay?
Saying that, she walks after Akiha. The teacup sits, still steaming.
I don't know, Akiha, maybe you should stop gaslighting your brother when he says, "Excuse me, I am busy fighting vampires."
Well, in short, I'm left by myself to calmly consider my situation. Guess I'm skipping breakfast today. Yeah, no doubt. I should stop by a convenience store on the way and buy some bread. Fourth period class is about modern society. The mood in the classroom is somewhat lighter than usual before lunch. Today is Wednesday, so there's one less hour of classes than usual. After lunch, there's homeroom and an hour of deciding what to do for the culture festival. What's more, tomorrow is a school holiday, so after this fourth period is over, it's practically vacation already. It's only natural for everyone to be waiting for the end of class bell to ring. Sleepy. I give a big yawn. The class is completely unchanged. The whole day progresses with nothing out of the ordinary. Come to think of it, I've been through so many strange experiences, I almost feel odd just sitting in class. And after classes are over and night falls, I'll have to go out once more with Arcueid. Thinking of that, I really don't have the time to be fooling around here. I look at my reflection in the window glass. Tono Shiki's face seems to be happy for some reason. Grr. I tighten my expression. It's not like roaming the streets with Arcueid is fun, so why am I acting like this? Arcueid. There's really something wrong. Looking out the window and into the rear courtyard, I can see an illusion of her waving her hand at me and saying,
Hey!
Hey, wait a minute. What? I push myself onto the window and look down. I can only see the very edge of the rear courtyard, but without a doubt, Arcueid, in her usual manner, is at my school. I look around the classroom. Fortunately, there's no one who noticed the strange foreigner waving to me. What is she thinking? I moan to myself as I clutch my head. But complaining does me no good. There's about 20 minutes till lunch. What are you gonna do, Shiki? If you leave her alone, who knows what she'll do? Go to the courtyard right now, obviously. Pray she doesn't do anything until classes are over. I don't care, I'll ignore her. Obviously we're gonna go say hi to Arcueid. We're going to the courtyard. That's right. Preventable disasters should be stopped before they happen. Before she can start any interesting trouble, I have to take her off the school grounds. Sensei, I feel my anemia coming, so I need to leave. I raise my hand and, after getting permission from the teacher, fly out of the classroom.
Ah, you're here! That was a pretty fast sprint. You're looking pretty lively this morning, Shiki.
Ugh. My jaw hangs wide open. As I sprint into the courtyard, Arcueid greets me with her usual radiance.
It's smaller than I expected. I thought a school would be much bigger than this. Yeah!
I grab Arcueid's arm. You come with me. Dragging Arcueid behind me, I dash to a place where people won't see us.
Hey, what are you doing taking me here all of a sudden? This place is no fun at all.
Arcueid seems to be disappointed in this place, but it's not like school is really an interesting place to begin with. What are you doing? That's my line, Arcueid! I let go of her arm and thrust my index finger towards her face.
Eh? What do you mean?
I'm asking why you're walking around during daytime, and why you came to my school. You haven't even healed yet, so why can't you just settle down and rest?
But since you said you would help me, I thought I would look for clues during the day. I didn't want to make you do any extra work.
Don't worry about that. Since I said I'd help, any extra work we'll do together, so just forget about it. Jeez. You're weakest during the middle of the day, yet you still leave. Do you just enjoy making me worry?
Ah, I'm sorry.
No, as long as you understand, it's okay. Arcueid.
I'm sorry for making you worry.
No, actually, thanks. I think my heart beats loudly. Arcueid apologizing like this is a bit out of ordinary, or, I think, terribly cute.
But you're at fault too, Shiki. I was watching for the longest time from the courtyard, but you never noticed me. I didn't know how to get inside, so I was thinking about dashing up to where you were.
Dash up? You mean to my classroom on the 3rd floor?
Yes. Footing wouldn't be difficult on the veranda, and it's really easy to jump up there.
I take it all back. As usual, she completely lacks any common sense. Good. That wouldn't have been pretty if you did that. I breathe a sigh of relief. I don't think many people noticed her. In the first place, there's only a few desks that can look out into the courtyard. And, so why the heck did you come to my school? You said you were looking for clues.
I just felt something from around here. Then I picked up your scent and realized it was your school.
So you weren't thinking and you just came for no reason. I give a frown. Is she a dog or something?
Well, excuse me. I came here for a reason. There's hardly any traces of the dead here, so I wanted to see it for myself.
Really? But if there's no traces of the dead here, then shouldn't this place be unimportant? There's no one at school at night, so if the dead wanted some prey, they would go downtown, not to a school.
Well, that does make sense.
There's nothing strange here. I can't really sense the dead, but since my eyes see death, I can tell without taking off my glasses.
I see. If you say so, Shiki, then there's nothing strange about this place, perhaps.
Not perhaps, definitely. Arcueid looks like she doesn't believe me. And then, the chime rings, announcing the end of 4th period. Oh no, is it lunch already? Even though most people don't stay by this grove since it's lunchtime, there'll be lots of people walking by. Anyway, if we stay here any longer, people will see us. I'll keep my promise for sure, so just go home and rest. We may see the enemy tonight.
Oh? You sound like you want me out of here, Shiki.
She starts to look angry again. That's just your imagination, so hurry on back. Otherwise, things might get a little hairy. Go, go. I push her from behind. Though her eyes indicate she wants to say something, she just leaves, silently. After watching Arcueid leave, I return to the courtyard.
Also, minor conspiracy theory after their earlier exchange, but what if the bad guy really is hiding out at the school? Just a thought. Because there is also an altercation that happened in Fate's Day Night that also happened around the school that was like, I want to say somewhere in the middle? I don't know. I could be wrong.
What is it? Someone is looking this way. Senpai? No mistake, it's Shield Senpai. But why is she making that expression? She has a fearsome expression that almost makes me doubt it's actually her. Senpai! I call out to her as I run. Senpai simply stands there watching me. What are you doing here?
The same for you, Tono-kun. What were you doing there? Lunch has just began, so for you to be back here, you must have skipped 4th period class.
Of course not. I just flew out of the classroom, that's all.
Oh.
Senpai answers without any enthusiasm. It's her normal smile, but it seems like she's glaring at me. More than that, did you eat lunch yet? If not, would you like to eat with me? I try and play it all off casually.
I'm sorry, I already have someone else. Please ask me some other time. On a different route, for example.
For an instant, she looks incredibly down as she says that. Senpai? What's wrong? You don't look too well.
No, that isn't it. It's just that it's true that fun things end rather quickly, Tono-kun.
She gives a brilliant smile in contrast to before. With that, she walks inside by herself. As expected, the debate over what to do for the Culture Festival is a stormy one. Since everyone's opinions are different, the decision gets postponed till next week. By the time it's over, it's late in the afternoon. Everyone gets up tiredly from their chairs and leaves the classroom. Well then, there's nothing to do in the classroom. I should get ready for tonight and go back to the mansion. I don't swing by anywhere else and head right back to the mansion. The sun hasn't quite set, so Akiha probably isn't back yet. That Akiha. I wonder if she's still mad like this morning. Well, that can't be helped either. I can't tell her the truth, so I'll probably just continue to be hated as a terrible older brother.
Welcome back, Shiki-sama.
Isui bows as I enter the mansion. Yeah, I'm back. Thanks for greeting me, Isui. It's been a week since I've come back. but I'm not used to this yet. Akiha isn't back yet?
No. She told me to tell you she'd be back especially late tonight, so please eat dinner on your own, Shiki-sama.
I knew she'd still be angry from this morning. I slump my shoulders as I start to walk to my room. And then
Shiki-sama,
Hisui looks around the lobby before she speaks again.
forgive me for asking an awkward question, but will you be leaving tonight again, Shiki-sama?
Eh? She fixates her emotionless eyes on me. I think she simply wants to know what time I'll be back because she's so dedicated of a servant, but letting her know means Akiha would know. I should... Still, I'll tell Hisui the truth. No, I can't let anyone know.
I think, in the interest of relying on caution, we should probably say don't let anyone know. Then again, we tried to come clean to Akiha and she just gaslit us, so maybe Hisui would be a better bet? We also want to make sure the alarm system is off when we get back, I guess, so probably tell her the truth? We'll go for it.
That's right. No matter how hard I try, I can't hide it from Hisui and Kohaku-san, who are in charge of maintaining the mansion. So the least I can do is let them know when I'll be gone, every night in the following days. Yeah, to tell the truth, I'll probably leave for a number of nights starting now. I swear, I'm not just playing around or doing anything bad. Akiha will probably end up hating me, but I can't stop now.
Well, that was a terrible way to explain it. We'll see what she says.
Yeah. The vampire is still somewhere in town preying on victims.
You see, that was the explanation we tried before. Whatever.
As a person who lives here, I just can't pretend like I didn't see it. I know it's a burden to you, Hisui, but please overlook it. I don't know what time I'll be back, so please just leave the gate unlocked.
Shiki-sama, are you saying you will not tell us why?
Yeah, sorry, Hisui. You can think I'm totally irresponsible, but please don't ask. I don't want to have to lie.
No. You are my master. A servant does not despise her master like that.
She speaks plainly and without any expression. The conversation ends, and I go up to return to my room.
Please wait. Forgive my impertinence, but...
After cutting off, she tightens both of her hands as she looks over at me.
if you would like me to, Shiki-sama, I can keep your leaving a secret from Akiha-sama.
Eh? You mean you're not going to tell?
Yes. After dinner, it is extremely rare for Akiha-sama to leave her room. Nei-san and I are responsible for conducting a patrol right before she sleeps, so if I do not tell the truth, she will not know.
Yeah, that helps. It helps, but is that okay? Isn't she your employer?
I told you, you are my master, Shiki-sama.
I'm kind of happy. I always have to tell her to stop adding Sama, but at times like this, I think I'm incredibly lucky. How can I help but be happy? Yeah, that helps. So if you can, please do so.
Then please use the rear entrance tonight. The front entrance will be locked, but if you have the key and use the servant's entrance, you can come and leave undetected.
Oh, there's a servant's entrance? No wonder I never saw you leave through the gate.
No, the only one who uses that is Nei-san. She has the key, so I will get it to you later. Well then.
She says, after which she bows and disappears. All right! Help just came from an unexpected source. With this, it seems I can keep my promise with Arcueid without worrying Akiha. After dinner, I go back to my room. It's almost 10 o'clock. While I was eating, Hisui placed the key on my desk. Now then, shall I go? Placing my knife in my pocket, I leave my room as quietly as I can. It's probably because of all the recent murders, but it's only 10 o'clock and there's no one in the park. The empty night hangs overhead. There, a white figure stands.
Shiki!
As soon as she sees me, Arcueid angrily yells at me.
Hey, what time do you think it is? You're 20 minutes late.
It seems she came here right on time. Yeah, sorry. I left before 10 o'clock, but it took some time trying to leave the mansion without Akiha noticing. I'll definitely be on time next time, so please forgive me.
Jeez. You don't seem to realize we are going to go killing.
Arcueid practically pouts. Don't tell me she was waiting long before the promised time. Arcueid, since what time were you waiting for me?
Me? I came here as soon as I woke up, so...
Arcueid thinks this over.
Probably since 7 o'clock.
7? You were waiting for more than 3 hours? What in the world was she thinking, coming here 3 hours early?
It seems I'm strange.
As if truly amazed, Arcueid mumbles to herself. Well, I'm partly to blame because I was late, but don't you have some issues too? If you come before the agreed time, then of course you'll have to wait.
Hey, that's something entirely different. The fact you were late doesn't change.
Well, that is true. But why did you wait 3 hours? If you had that much time, couldn't you have just gone back to your room?
I don't know why either. It somehow was fun, and while I was thinking it was nice waiting for you, it was already 10 o'clock.
Huh? Fun? Why?
Who knows? Didn't I say I didn't understand it myself? Maybe because you killed me. At that time, something broke that couldn't be healed. I think it's strange myself, but I can't understand what's broken inside me.
Having her say that is very troubling. Having sliced her into 17 pieces, if she says there's something wrong, all I can do is to apologize.
It's okay. We don't have much time, so we can't waste time talking about pointless things, Shiki.
Yeah, saying that really helps me out.
But if you're ever late again, I'll just have to go to your house and pick you up. You're the one who couldn't keep the promise, so you have no complaints, right?
No way! I'll keep it, but random unfortunate circumstances like today could happen at any time. If I'm late, that'd be the last thing you should do. Look, don't come to my house even if it's a mistake. What's more, Akiha doesn't know about all this, so please don't make things more complicated than they are.
Akiha? Your sister that doesn't look at all like you?
You've said a little too much, but yes.
I see. You're that scared of your little sister?
Shut up. I just don't want to worry her. At the very best, I'm a bother to her, so I don't want to tire her out even further.
You really are sweet to your sister, Shiki.
I'm basically nice to everyone. Well, recently there's been an exception to that.
That's me!
You're always dense. That was an insult, not a compliment.
Not at all. To you, I'm an exception, right? How could I not like that?
She smiles again. A child's smile, bright and carefree. If I keep seeing that, I'll lose all my venom. I'm tired all of a sudden. Let's start looking for the vampire, Arcueid.
Yes, it's about time. Then we'll start walking around town. Shiki, I want you to take off your glasses, but is that all right?
Take off my glasses? Why?
It's hard to notice them with just me. I can sense the presence of humans and non-humans, but that won't help me find the vampire. All I can sense is the presence, but with your eyes, you can quickly tell between living and dead things. So it's a waste if we don't use what we have, right?
Certainly I can understand what she's saying, but taking off my glasses means...
I know. Even I could feel your eyes getting stronger these past few days. And if you keep doing this, it may not be good for your health. I'm still saying despite that. But the choice lies up to you, so I'm not going to force you. If you think it's alright to do so, take your glasses off and follow me.
Take off my glasses and walk around town? I haven't done that since I received these glasses 8 years ago. In the first place, the things I see without my glasses give me such a headache. It'd be easy to imagine what would happen if I walked around town. But still, just like Arcueid, who keeps going even though her wound hasn't healed, Tono Shiki should do the same and pay back his debt. Arcueid, I'm fine. Isn't it just a headache? Compared to the pain her body must be feeling, this is nothing. It's fine. I can take off my glasses. It's a small price to pay to make our search easier.
I see. Then let's go, Shiki.
Arcueid turns around and starts walking. I take off my glasses as I follow her. I follow Arcueid. I haven't walked in scenery so riddled with lines since my hospitalization back then. Strangely enough, I don't get a headache. It seems just seeing them won't cause it. It's not the thin lines in the buildings, but seeing the lines on the people walking by makes me sick. Before I thought they were just lines that were easy to cut along, but now I know they are the death of things. That's why I feel disgust first. It's not that those figures of people scribbled over with lines are disgusting. Just seeing that humans are in existence so close to death makes me feel like throwing up. We walk the nighttime streets. Arcueid doesn't say anything. She just continues to stride forth resolutely. We walk for hours in the midst of town. In the end, we don't see one aberration, not one person wrapped in death.
Shiki, you can put your glasses back on. It seems like no matter how much we search tonight, it'll be useless.
Arcueid concludes with a sigh. I put my glasses back on. My vision returns back to normal and I relax. Useless? Is it okay to just decide that all of a sudden? We've only looked everywhere once, right?
No, just once is enough. The presence of the dead tends to linger around a place. I haven't sensed any of them around at all, so there aren't any that are active. The enemy is alert now that most of his dead are defeated. Seriously, he really is a coward. I was so prepared to finish it all tonight, but it appears he still wants to play hide and seek.
Arcueid bites her lip dissatisfied. You look like you're in a bad mood, Arcueid.
Of course I am. You went through such trouble to help me, but it's all meaningless now.
Well, I don't really mind. If you're that dissatisfied, I don't mind going out to look again. Maybe if I concentrate more, we can find something.
That's no good. I can't strain you anymore.
Strain? I'm not really straining.
You are. You might not realize it, but if you abuse your brain anymore, you might end up disabled.
Huh? Disabled? Who?
You. That's right. You don't exactly know how your eyes work. Okay, you said yourself it was easier to see the death of living things than non-living things, right? Basically, it's a problem of the circuitry of your brain. The death of things. Being able to see that cause and effect, it's closer to reading than seeing. Everything has a main reason, the one source. It's the same thing that a German scientist called the Akashic Record. In other words, in the core of all phenomenon, there is something that records all things. It's less of a record than an existence, so it isn't information. It just exists. It doesn't have any purpose in and of itself, or any direction. It's like a root swirl from which flows out all reasons. Things in this world flowed from that, derived from that, and preserve their current form. You and I, vampires and humans, we all originated from that. Things became more complex and separate, and cannot return to that original source, the beginning. But you understand that there exists the one, right? But no matter how different a form something takes from the great source, it is still a derivative. So even if it is only a slender line, there is a thread connecting to the source. The source of all things, the record that records the beginning and the end of all things. Being connected to that means knowing the end of all things. Originally, the brain has the ability to control reception and transmission, but most humans close off all these circuits except for themselves. But there are those people who have their circuits open latently. Without a single use of magic circuits, there are humans who, despite not being of a transcendental race, have the potential to create transcendent phenomena. Magi classify them as being psychics. While still human, they are mutants who are born with magic circuits. Such as, without any learning of the occult, someone who can see the death of things.
Huh. I'm sorry, Arcueid. It appears I can't understand this kind of conversation at all.
It's okay if you can't understand. But what I want to tell you is you shouldn't try to see things that are hard to see. Probably, if you want to, you can see the death of non-living things. But in order to do that, Your brain has to open its circuits from the classification of living things to the classification of non-living things in order to understand. That is normally an impossible process. As a result, it overloads your brain, and you'll end up being useless.
Useless? You mean these eyes won't be able to perceive death anymore?
Of course not. Hey, Shiki, what happens to an engine that blows up from overload?
It goes to the junkyard. Once an engine breaks, you can't use it again. Oh, that's it. In other words, the headache I get from seeing death is like the screaming of an engine that is working too fast.
You understand? If you can just see it, it won't be a problem. But stop trying to see things you can't perceive. The blood vessels in your brain will burst and it'll all be over.
I'm speechless. I've been living like this without realizing the seriousness of it all.
You really have to thank the mages who gave you those glasses. Most psychics use their abilities without realizing how dangerous they are and end up disabling themselves. Well, those kinds of people are often incompatible with society, so maybe that's just for the best.
It seems like that's the reason I'm here. I'll let you get back to living the life you had before. Sensei said that and gave me these glasses. I have so much to thank her for. My chest tightens. That person, in so many ways, really did save me. Huh? I feel a sharp sensation. Not pain, but something strange, like an itch.
Shiki?
What is this? It was really only just for an instant, but it was like something was in my chest. Not understanding, I place my hand inside my shirt. Wetness. Something is sticking to my chest, like ink. What is this? Something's wet? I pull out my hand from my shirt. On my open palms is bright red blood. Another strange sensation. It takes me a horribly long time to understand that it's coming from the old scar on my chest.
Shiki, that...
Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't hurt, and it's not even an open wound, but there's blood all over my chest. It's so red. A beautiful, unmuddied red that steals my eyesight. Well, it doesn't hurt, so it's gotta be okay. It seems to have stopped bleeding, so there's no need to... Arcueid stares dumbfounded at my hand. No, more accurately, she stares at the red blood coating my hand. Arcueid? Arcueid doesn't respond. She just starts to breathe heavier, as if she is trying to withstand pain. Hey, Arcueid, what's wrong? Does your wound hurt? I grab her shoulders, and then she jumps back as if she was trying to escape. She stares at me like I am an enemy. Arcueid?
Shiki?
Short, clipped. Her voice even contains enmity.
I never thought about it.
She averts her gaze awkwardly. What's wrong? You're acting strange. You still haven't recovered yet?
Perhaps. It seems I pushed myself too hard. So I'll go back now.
Yeah. I guess we'll call it a night.
Yeah. I'll be waiting here tomorrow.
Not looking me in the eye, Arcueid leaves quickly. I go up the residential hill and arrive at the outskirts of the mansion. It's around 2 in the morning. As expected, I'm totally assailed by sleepiness. I wonder if she's going to be okay. I'm concerned about how she seemed when we parted. It seemed like it wasn't pain from her wound, but... What is that? It feels like there's someone lurking in the shadows, not illuminated by the streetlights. My heart stops my breath. My blood rushes through my body. This sensation, certainly, there's someone standing there. The figure gets closer and closer. Footsteps. The sound of dry footsteps reaches my ears. I have a bad feeling about this. Chills race up my spine. The figure draws near. Suddenly, the streetlights shatter loudly. The moon is hidden by the clouds. The whole world instantly turns to darkness. My heartbeat skips, as if warning me of death. I jump back for no apparent reason. A blade runs through the darkness. Not being able to get away fully, my glasses are grazed by it. They fall to the ground with a clatter. Who? The instant I start to say, "Are you?" the clouds part for a brief moment and the dark figure is illuminated. What? A man wrapped entirely in bandages is gripping a knife.
Oh, hi, hello, and who are you? Another someone trying to kill me? You a vampire?
The bandaged man goes to attack me again. I quickly ready my knife and stop it. Two slivers of light shoot towards each other. I can't think calmly. The fact that I'm being attacked causes my mind to panic. Sparks fly from our clashing knives and scatter into the darkness. I still can't calm down. It's not because I'm being attacked. I swing my knife to cancel out the one attacking me from every angle. Why? What's surprising is that my body is completely stopping all the attacks in this darkness without a pause. My body is moving by itself? No, that's not it. All my arms are doing is seeking out the lines and points that I can see in the darkness with my glasses off. That's all I can see, so I swing my knife through the dark air after those lines. As a result, the bandaged man's knife is simply stopping mine. In other words, it's not that I'm defending myself, but he's defending himself for me. I can win. I don't know who he is, but there's no doubt. I'm overwhelming him. My blood rages forth from my advantage. I'll win. I'm stronger than him. Because I'm stronger. Because he's trying to kill me. Aren't I just returning the favor? The sound of ringing metal echoes in the air, and I force him back towards the mansion wall. There. My eyes fixate on the line on his chest, and I thrust my knife forward. Momentarily, for some reason, I see a boy painted in blood, and Akiha's crying face. I pull my knife back before completion. What am I? I'm trying to kill someone. Why? My head. My head hurts. My legs wobble and I stagger backwards. As I do so, I empty the contents of my stomach. My chest starts to itch. My head hurts. The old wound on my chest burns. My eyes feel like they're going to burst out of their sockets. I can't stop throwing up. The vomit splatters all over the asphalt. And there, the bandaged man comes after me with his knife.
And I'm going to go ahead and call it there for now. Hopefully this is entertaining, and I hope you'll join me next time. Gee, I wonder what will happen. But I hope you have a good one, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!